I'm trying to raise a man, and she just does feminine stuff. She doesn't realize that. Like, she came home with a toy for my son the other day. It's a pink kitchen set. She's like, what? Since he's a boy, he can't play with the kitchen? I'm like, no, idiot, it's pink. Like, this is for little white girls. She's like, how is it only for white girls? I was like, it's a pink kitchen with no spice cabinet.
Next comic, you see him all over the city, makes a noise. It's Brando Harris, everybody.
Yeah! Oh, good to be here. Good to see so many white people. Oh my God, there's so many of you. Let's do a fun game. If you are black, make some noise real quick. Oh, we could take these fucking white people. Just kidding. We're gonna have fun, guys. I love everything white. I love white women. I love cocaine. We're gonna have a good time. Yeah. I have a white son. Believe it or not, my son. He's very light skinned. You know. Yeah, and my son is so white that when he was born, I put him in my father's arms, and my dad's like, "Wow, you know, all babies are white. Give it some time. He'll get darker." But you know what? My dad was right, because eventually he did get darker. I brought him around, and he's all proud. He's like, see, I told you. I was like, well, it's July, so. I call that a tan, Dad. No, he's so white, dude. I went to go pick him up from school the other day, and I just knocked on the little window, and his teacher's like, oh, hey, yeah, come on. She just brings me some black kid. It's not even my son, just some black kid. Yeah. I didn't really know how to handle it. I never thought I would say this, but I had to peek my head in the door and be like, no, my son is a Caucasian boy back there. Bring me that white boy with Starbucks. He belongs to me. Yes. I think the funniest thing about that is kids are so expressive in their faces, you know? So when this kid got to the door, you know, I'm not his dad either. So he just gets to the door and he's like, this is what he said. He said, this nigga ain't my daddy. He kind of looked like me, though. We had the same haircut. I was like, come on, nigga, what's your name? Jamal? You play basketball? Can you dance? My son ain't got no rhythm, you know? That's fun. I do love my little white boy son, though. I do think my little white boy son is racist sometimes. I'll tell you that, you know. Yeah, I took him potty one time, and he was, like, pooping. And he's like, Daddy, I have a question. Why is your skin the same color as my poop? Here's the deal. It's a pretty innocent question coming from a 4-year-old, you know, but I didn't handle it too well. I was like, I got a better question for you. Why does your breath smell like your poop? Asshole, fuck you. What's up? And he's a sweet kid, dude. You guys like that one, huh? Okay, cool. No, he's a sweet kid. Like, he loves dinosaurs and he loves jokes. So he came up to me one time and he's like, Daddy, I got a good one. What do you call a black dinosaur? And I was like, what? This little nigga said a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Wanted to punish him, but I was like, yo, that's a damn good joke. Keep it up. Me and his mom, we did split for a little bit, you know. But we would still do things together as a family for our son. You know, like have sex, right? Give me some. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. But I did hate that because I had to go back to doing things that I didn't like. Like, I had to go back to wearing condoms, and that sucks, right? Come on, give me some. Hell yeah. We fucking raw, you know. I learned something interesting about the condom. Did you guys know that the balloon was invented after the condom? Isn't that crazy? Because that means some dude was just like, yo, if you guys think these are cool for fucking, check this out. Go, that's for you. That's right. Hey, happy birthday. Okay. That's right. Yes, it is. There you go. Well, good. There's a little present in there for you too. But... Okay, cool. It was semen. I don't know if you. Okay. That's fun. No, dude. I'm just not good at like talking to women. Like, I don't get women's like sexual cues. You know. Like, one day I asked this girl, I was like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just sitting in the tub with my toys playing with myself. I told her, I was like, yo, you need to grow up. You still use bath toys? That's crazy, you know? No, me and my girl, we fight about a lot of stuff, dude. I can't. Like, our most recent fight is pretty dumb. We get into a fight about, she finds my son's karate instructor hot. And I only know that because she told me, you know? I was like, yo, I don't care how funny you think this story is. I don't need you to tell me that another man is hot. I know he's hot. He is a beautiful man. I hate that nigga. I really do. And I think it's because I could look like that if I tried, you know? So the night she told me that, it was the night I decided to start working out. Yeah. And she walked in on me doing push-ups, you know, and let me tell you guys something. That's more embarrassing than getting caught jerking off. It is, because she just walked in and she's like, hey, have you seen the... And she said all sad. She's like, baby, are you trying to look like Sensei? I'm like, yo, what are you in his fucking class, Sensei? So let me tell you something. That nigga's name is Derek, okay? You call him Derek. I don't like all that Sensei talk, you know? I feel like Sensei is just kung fu for daddy. That's what I think. I work hard providing for this family. Call me Sensei. Yeah, that's... Be sexy. I don't know. She does, like, stuff like... I'm trying to raise a man, and she just does feminine stuff. She doesn't realize that. Like, she came home with a toy for my son the other day. It's a pink kitchen set. She sees no problem with it. She's like, what? Since he's a boy, he can't play with the kitchen? I'm like, no, idiot, it's pink. Like, this is for little white girls. She's like, how is it only for white girls? I was like, it's a pink kitchen with no spice cabinet. Dude, white people love that. They're like, we can't cook for shit. We suck. True, yeah. That's all right. Okay. No, another thing she did, like, he's like, so she just posted this picture of my son the other day on Facebook. Swear to God, dude, this is the pose my son is in. You ready? This is the pose. Right? Like, oh, his lips all out and shit. And here's the thing, his pajamas are a little small, so it kind of looked like he had a fat ass, too. I told her, I said, yo, take that down. He looks like a slut. She's like, dude, he's a baby. Nobody's thinking about it like that. I was like, okay, well, can you read the first comment? Because the first comment says, ooh, look back at it. So I think somebody's thinking about it like that. And we're just fighting. We're going back and forth. And she's like, I'm not going to take it down. I was like, okay, well, can you look at the second comment? Because it's worse. The second comment says, he got his daddy's booty, though. She's like, that is disgusting. Who made that comment? I was like, me. We know he ain't got your flat white ass. We know that much, you know. I got a question for any of the guys in here. Any of you guys ever kissed your dad on the lips? No, there's a reason why I asked. Look, when my son was born, I would kiss him on the lips, you know. And now he's 5, and I'm like, we should stop. But here's the problem. He doesn't want to, you know. Yeah, I'll give him a kiss on the cheek, and he'll be like, hey. This is what he says. He says, kiss me on my mouth, Daddy. I was like, I got a better idea. How about you do me a favor, right? And never say that sentence again. What if we just never put those words together ever again, you know? And here's the deal. He's still trying to kiss me on the mouth, but now he's doing, like, sneaky shit to do it, and I feel like that's worse, you know? Like, we were watching a movie, and I went to sleep. I woke up to him kissing me on the mouth. I'm like, my man, that stops yesterday, okay? Yeah. Dude, the very next day, he's like, Daddy, I got a present for you. I was like, oh, it's a piece of candy. I was like, thank you, baby. I ate it. Yo, it was a melatonin gummy. I was like, is this nigga really trying to Cosby me for a kiss? Is that... I think the craziest thing he did, he came up to me one time, he's like, Daddy, I got a fun idea. How about you close your eyes real quick? And I'm like, all right. And I close my eyes, and he just grabs my cheeks, you know, and I'm fighting every which way, you know. This is what he said. He said, Daddy, just let it happen. I was like, well, I think we have a new problem now. Pretty sure I'm raising a sexual predator at this point. I don't know what to do. Now we make out. All right, that was my bad. That made it a little real. No, one of my boys, he asked me, he's like, yo, how would you feel if your son is gay? And I don't care, but I noticed that I do things that suggest the opposite, you know? Like one time I was like, hey, what's your favorite color? And he said rainbow. And I'm like, nah, nigga, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one, you know? And then he said yellow. I'm like, that's gay too. What else you got? Give me something, you know? Finally, I just picked one for him. I was like, what about blue? It's a perfectly good color. He's like, Daddy, that's more of like a periwinkle or an aquamarine. I was like, fucking rainbow it is, I guess. It sounds like we're doing rainbow. No, I wouldn't care if he was gay. I wouldn't care if he wanted to be trans or change his gender. I'd like to imagine I wouldn't care, but like I told you, like I told you guys, he is a little white boy, and I feel like I have enough trouble accepting that. You know? Like we'll just be hanging out, and I'll be like, "Ooh, I got a good idea. Let's try the do-rag on one more time. Let's see how that looks." You know? This guy, you know what a do-rag is? It's awesome. This guy's white. No, I used to go up to him. I used to be like, "What up, nigga?" And one day in this cute little white voice, he's like, "What up, nigga?" I just looked down like, never mind. No, I'm trying to put these values in him, but like, I'm still working on myself as a person. So I feel like a hypocrite sometimes. Like one time I was looking for my phone, I couldn't find it anywhere. I look in a cabinet and I just see like his mom's favorite lamp. It's just broken. And I know it's him. He just hit it, So his name's Braden. I said, Braden, get in here. What happened? And he's like, I don't know. It wasn't me. I was like, nigga, we're not hiding this, And he instantly folded. He's like, okay, Daddy, it was me, but it's your fault because you left your shoes there and I tripped over them. And I'm like, dude, this kid's going to be a liar and a snitch. I hate that. And he was filled with guilt and shame, and I didn't want that for him. But I felt like it was a good time to teach him about accountability and loyalty. So I was like, hey, dude, if you mess up, Daddy will always forgive you, but you have to tell the truth. And more importantly, own up to your shit. Don't go pointing your finger at somebody else. That's not what a man does. I'll tell you one more thing. I'm going to tell your mom I took this. And he's like, thanks, Daddy. And then his mom walks in, holding the phone I was looking for. And she's like, who the fuck is Denise? And my son's looking at me like, hey, why don't you own up to your shit? Why don't you? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who Denise is. But Braden broke your grandmother's lamp. Can we talk about that first? Like I said, I'm trying to make him a man. So when he does feminine shit, I try to put a stop to it, Like he had chapped lips the other day. I gave him some chapstick. And when he was done, well, chapped lips aren't lame, but And when he was done with the chapstick, he's just like this. I'm like, hey, my man, you ain't got to do that popping part. You can just rub it. And he's like, why, Daddy? That's my favorite part. I was like, fuck it, do what you want. He's like, Daddy, you need some chapstick? I was like, I do. He's like, okay, why don't you kiss me on the mouth real quick? Hey, you guys been a lot of fun. Thank you so much. You're going to enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
Hell yeah, keep it going for Brando Harris. Come on.